Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamescast, episode 330. I'm one of your hosts, just one, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Let's give Jim a hand for that one.
I wanted to hold up one finger. One of your hosts. And Tony Korkanakis.
Live long and prosper.
I can do that with this hand.
Okay.
Yeah, so laid up. For those watching, if you haven't seen the movie cast yet, I have had surgery and I have to keep my hand up, so that's fun. And it sporadically tinges on me, so during this podcast, you'll see me cringe with pain every now and again. It started last episode of the movie cast, so I'm sure it's gonna get worse during this one. But I'm soldiering on because I don't have 103 fever. It's just a stupid hand, so I can do this.
Stupid hand.
Yeah. It was
not
funny.
like it's your primary hand or anything.
Yeah, it's
either.
not like I'm left-handed or anything. It's gonna be funny at work though when I actually have to work and type. I wrote an email when I got back today, one-handed. Have you guys? I mean, this is crazy. This single-handed.
Called using your phone, man. Your thumb.
Yeah.
It's like our parents or something.
I do wish that I had gotten the iPhone 7, not the 7 Plus right now, because one-handed iPhone 7s is better than one-handed 7 Pluses. So. Yeah. All right. This is the Gamescast, though. So let's talk about some freaking games, guys.
Do it.
Yeah, we got. Let me get back to the news. Jesus, we got a bunch of news coming out. We finally got some information. Well, not really information, but we got a little bit of pricing, a little bit on the Switch for the online service. That came out last week. I'd like to cover that real quick. What are we looking at? Between $20 and $30? Is that what we're looking at?
Maybe even less than that.
Maybe less.
I mean, because it's like the yen is and the dollar, conversion rates. I think it was like 17 to 27 or something.
So now that's a yearly subscription fee, from what I understand. So if it is $20 a year, that is completely worth it just with the online aspect of playing one of their old school classic games once per month. I think it is for $20.
Well, I think it's going to be it's going to be required, but I think it's going to be something that you will need to kind of have.
Yeah, but for $20 at least it's not
full...
bad. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, at
system.
launch, we're not going to worry about it because it's free.
I mean, yeah, and again,
plus...
the other thing is it's not an always online system, so because you're going to be able to take it places. So it can't.
Right.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Switch, man. I got another one. I got my brother's pre-ordered finally, so I am going to get the neon one. He wants the gray, so I'll have the neon. Yeah, like they actually popped back up in Walmart today too. Did you notice? They're actually looking they're getting.
There's that I think it's called like instocknow.com or something.
Yeah.
They kept sending stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need this anymore. Quit. Stop.
No, I mean it's good that they're going to keep the service as long as it comes through at that price. I'm happy with it. If it came in through above $25-$30, that's my zone where you have to start questioning what Nintendo's thinking at that point. But I think they're fine at this price.
I mean, let's see what. Again, we still don't know much about it, but the system is, it couldn't be $60.
There's a lot of stuff that's up in the air right now for a system that's coming out in 30 days. But hey, coming in hot, right? That's the generation coming in hot.
Pretty much. Just.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's staying to form. Like we complained about this with the PS4. We've done it with the Xbox One as well. Like everything that seems to come out is just not fully cooked yet. I mean, let's talk about the PS4 update that's hitting finally. You can use external hard drives. Finally, Sony, we have it. Yes, I'm psyched for this because I have a 4 terabyte drive sitting and waiting. So I now have 4 terabytes of external storage space on my PlayStation once the patch hits. It's a 3.5-inch drive, so I couldn't have put it in the machine. But it's 4 terabyte drive that I want to use, so that I got for free. I mean, it's perfect. So yeah, I'm psyched for it. I have one on my Xbox, which is great. Never have to worry about storage there. Soon to be on my PlayStation. So I'm happy. But let's talk about the 4.5 update entirely because it's not just the external drive that's happening with that. We're getting a whole bunch of features with this. Let me get this open so I can talk about it a little bit. I know that the my PS4 Pro may get more of a use. Finally, it seems like they're going to get like a boost mode for older games. So some games may not run properly. Some games might run great. But basically you'll be able to turn on this boost mode in the system and take advantage of the faster GPU power of the system. So, pretty impressive. I'm looking forward to that because we've talked about how their Pro sales have been lacking, and my what was I talking about? Pro sales. So they were lacking.
Pro sales have been lacking.
And so hopefully this boost mode makes it so it's more of a seamless use where you get more use out, like more changes out of it. You know what I mean? That would be great.
Maybe they'll fix your HDR thing too.
Yeah. I mean, I showed you that. Mike and Corey were over for the Super Bowl, so they got to actually check out the the Pro on my new TV. So. HDR, you guys can't argue. I mean, Mike saw the differences in HDR.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of look like just turning up the color saturation a little bit.
But you can't do that on your TV, is what I'm saying. You don't have that color.
I guess.
No, you don't. Simple. You just don't have the brightness. So, I showed you guys Final Fantasy, and I'll tell you what, Last of Us Remastered for a PS3 game looks amazing on that TV. It really does. Like, I can't wait for that sequel now. Think about what they did with the hardware with PS3. Mm-hmm. But man, it looks good. Anyways, so PSVR stuff, 3D Blu-ray support, which could be that's an interesting feature and should have been there from the start.
I just don't think that many people would use that for.
I would have tried it
watching. I know you would have. You would. But I mean, most people getting VR are not going to watch a movie.
I ended up not. You're right. I ended up I got it because I was like, oh, this would be cool to watch the movies on. But once you start watching, you're like, the clarity is just so low that you're like,
just, And I would think they tried to immerse you into it, but you can't be immersed into it when you got something on your face like that.
Well, I tell you that the biggest thing that they need to work on for PSVR to really get it to be more mainstream is make sure that it can support HDR, because it's stupid that you need to unplug it to plug PS4 Pro into your TV for HDR. You can't pass through that. So that's terrible. We get custom wallpapers finally. Some sort of simplified notifications. We're not sure how that's going to pan out, right? Activity feeds. So
creepy.
No, yeah, I guess, but I mean, the external drive is the biggest update, and for me,
that's the big thing.
Yeah,
here.
So that'll be out, I think, this week, next week.
I don't know. They're in beta right now, so
yeah.
Probably by the end of the month, I would imagine.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right,
might want to coincide with a certain console release. Be like, hey, guess what? We just did an update on our thing.
I don't know it'll be that late, but all right, so we've got... Oh, this is cool. This is... Okay, so I saw this news break today about the Forza Horizons developer. They're finally going to make a game that's not a racing game. They're making an open-world game, not racing. But guess what?
I don't
know if that's a good thing.
This is happening because it has nothing to do with Microsoft. They're an independent developer where their Forza titles have been exclusive to Microsoft. This is not an exclusive game, they said. It could be on any system. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, if their bread and butter is racing, it's like, hey, Bungie, why don't you make a car sim?
It could be really good, man. It could be really good.
No, yeah, absolutely, it could be. Like they have a great open world game. I just don't know.
We talk about how Microsoft makes these studios like factories for their same games and never get to branch out. I'm happy to see a studio actually gaining out there.
Well, it's because that Microsoft doesn't own them. You just said that.
I know. But they've been making them make Forza for them for a while, so.
Well,
not make. It's just we want a new Forza game. We'll give you money, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Now if it's development for like 4 years.
Aren't they the people that did the Burnout games? Isn't that who that is? Like that's their.
Yeah, I think it is.
Their pedigree.
Yeah. I think it is. But yeah, you're right. So it is racing, but open world. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come out with.
Yeah, absolutely.
No 3DS successor yet. They had an interview with who's the guy? Shoot.
Do it, Jim.
Kamizu.
You need a hand?
I'm loading it. Thanks. Kimishima.
Facepalm? Are you facepalm?
Kimishima was in interviews talking about how they're actually not planning any portable successor right now to the 3DS. But in another interview I read, he was talking about how great he wants to see the Switch on the move with people in the mobile market.
I'm sure.
So we all know what they're planning. We all know what they're planning.
Like Tony was saying many times, if they can pool their resources and start developing for one console, I mean, that's going to make that just that much better for their software. So, I mean, I would like to see that actually happen. Clearly, where they can focus on the Switch. It's just too expensive for like kids and things.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly don't want to burn 3DS owners right now. But we all know that their plan is to see how sales go. If it gets picked up enough, all right, start focusing entirely on this. So, it's. I mean, like I said, his comments, like the rest of his stuff, they interviewed him on a bunch of things. It's not even worth mentioning because it was a bunch of PR jargon. Our online service is going to be great. Our system is going to be great. What is he going to say? It's going to be terrible?
And more I hear about the online stuff, the more I doubt it's going to be great.
There's nothing to hear. There's just nothing talking about it.
That's what I mean. It's like they haven't said anything. And plus, like I mentioned, like the system, it can't be online at all times. Yeah. It's not an online always system.
I mean, the thing is, the online for Wii U is mostly really good, especially over Wi-Fi. I mean, Mario Kart 8, I never had.
It's not a matter of like the connection, like the net code or whatever. It's just what the features of what it's going to be and what you're going to be getting out of it. I mean, obviously, the internet's the internet. I mean, if you have a good connection, hopefully things connect and you can play with each other. I'm just talking about how it's implemented. We know that there are friend codes that they used before. Like, how does that going to get played out? And what is that going to be like when you have to have your phone and a different device handle all of that for you? It's not on your system. I mean, it just seems weird, and like I'm really hoping that it's going to be actually something that, hey, thinking outside the box, this makes perfect sense. Why do I need all this stuff here when I can do this here and there and have it with me? And I mean, maybe I want to check my friends list or something and see what's going on. Like that would be neat to do on my phone. Sure, you can do that with Xbox and PS4 right now. It's not great, but if they build that for that device, maybe it could be great. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's what I would want, but maybe they know what I want more than I do. So
we'll see when it actually launches to actually get details. Another aspect of this I'm wondering about for me now. I haven't had a game system from Nintendo since GameCube. So, I mean, I had the Wii for a week when I beat Zelda Skyward Sword, but I had no intentions of keeping that system at that point in time. I knew that when I was playing it. I bought it to be a Zelda box real quick to play Zelda and finish it. This is a different situation for me, where I would like to start getting some virtual console games to play, because I have some classic stuff that I haven't played in a long time from Nintendo I would love to play. We haven't gotten any details on the virtual console yet either, which I'm waiting for and hoping to hear, but it sounds like we're not going to have that available at launch. That's what it sounds like. I mean, I just don't think it's going to be there, and I don't know when it's going to be ready.
Seems like we were saying, it's coming hot. There's going to be a lot of features that are not there that we would like to be there, but they'll come eventually. It's just a matter of, will people be around? And I'm sure they will be. It's just, will people be around when they actually are there?
Yeah. I mean, plus, and then from the side of us right now doing this podcast and talking to our listeners and viewers as well, I'd like to have a feature of the share button. I mean, we've done it a few times when I played Overwatch. I've done that a few times and shared on Twitch. It doesn't seem to have that feature, and being a hot new thing, I kind of wish I could share what we're playing, like Zelda stuff, and I would actually stream.
You mean like streaming stuff?
Because
it has a share button on it.
Well, screenshot doesn't have a share video thing. I would like to share the hot new thing for our followers. It would be kind of. I'm sure they're interested as well. So that's a feature I wish that they had off the bat, because by the time they add it, who knows who's interested in what at that point. So we'll see. What do we have? Oh, the Oculus settlement. I forgot all about this last week.
Yeah, I just found that, brought it up here.
Is it ZeniMax or ZeniMax? I thought it was ZeniMax.
It's ZeniMax. I just mistyped it.
Okay. ZeniMax sued Oculus a while back over what's his name? What's his name?
Carmack,
thank you.
Yes.
Carmack stealing their technology, essentially, for the Oculus. Their code For like not even just Oculus code that they're using for VR. We're talking about like game code, straight up game
Apparently, he stole over 10,000 files.
code.
Jeez.
10,000 files. Like this guy is supposed to be a genius, isn't he?
And yeah, and apparently they found Google searches on how to destroy hard drives on his computer.
So ZeniMax got a pretty big settlement for them for Oculus. The judge ruled in favor of ZeniMax. So does that?
Well,
They got a
they-
quarter of what they sued for.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's a
they're
huge
also
settlement.
getting-
500 million though, right? 500 million.
I
Yeah.
just imagine what they sued for $2 billion.
Yeah, 500
Yeah.
million's a victory still. I mean that's a lot of money for Oculus. That's not probably making a lot of money at this moment.
And they may seek
Well, for
an
Facebook.
injunction to prevent Facebook and Oculus from selling the Oculus Rift. So
Well, here's the
that
thing.
might not exist.
The other
anymore.
talk about this now is, and I've heard this through the business side of things, Facebook has the option of dropping Oculus from the purchase that they bought because it was in the contract clause about this that they were buying the technology with them too. If that wasn't their technology, there's like loopholes where
Well, they
could
have
actually
every
drop
right to sue Lucky Palmer.
them. Yeah, so they could drop them essentially. Yeah, sue them. So they're going.
So-
But I think it's funny is like a lot of people in the industry. This is according to podcasts I listened to. They said that Lucky Palmer is not really that smart. He's just kind of a swindly kind of dude, and that everything he did is like kind of just taking stuff from other people.
Mm.
So they're not surprised that this happened at all.
Wow. Wow.
So
Man.
I guess
I don't know
Oculus-
Lucky Palmer, but
So I guess
Probably
the victor goes HTC Vive.
I think
Guess
that you got to give Oculus some credit for kind of being first on the scene and bringing VR to somewhat
Now, I
masses.
thought
but
doesn't Facebook own Oculus now?
That's what
or-
we're saying. They,
But,
they,
yeah,
they have
but
grounds to sue
they
them.
bought Oculus, but they had like at this point because of this whole debacle, they have every right to kind of sue Lucky Palmer and try to get their money.
Yeah, drop the purchase essentially. And
They're
they
going
have,
to appeal first.
they have every right. Yes, they absolutely do. First of all, the incriminating evidence of Carback with it is just ridiculous. 10,000 files. 10,000 files. Common sense, man. Common sense. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he basically like when he was under oath when they asked him, he said straight out, "Yeah, I shouldn't have done that."
Oh my god. All right. What else we got? No, that's about it for gaming news. Oh, we have games we get into what we've been playing, which we'll talk about in just a moment. We can do that, actually. Let's get into what we've been up to. Mike, you can kick us off, though. We'll talk about the other side of it here.
So I have a technical problem that should have happened like 10 years ago. I played more of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and I actually brought it to Ashley's to play with her. And I did. We hooked it up to her newer TV. You know, we have component cables. Bring it back home, the component cable doesn't work anymore. But it works. If you remember the 360's original component cables, they used to have that switch for like standard definition and HD.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I switch it to standard and put it in like a video port, that'll work.
I'm going to tell you how to fix this right now. You go into your settings of your Xbox, change it back. The resolution detected her TV's resolution, and your TV does not support that resolution. So you need to
That's
change it
right.
back.
That's right. I remember I did that.
Yep.
All right.
Fixed. So this is
There
what
we
we do
go.
on this podcast. We fix things too.
Troubleshooting. But anyway, so yeah, I play that again. I started over with her because she didn't want to just start from where I was. We played it on easy, because she wanted to. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun game for non-gamers too. That's why that. And you said that was a launch title for the 360.
It was very early. It may not have been exactly launched,
More or
but
less.
Yeah, more
But
or less.
it is a pretty good, like a great game for early in a system's life, and that's why I'm looking forward to whatever comes out for the next Marvel game. I just hope,
It'll
has
be a couple of
roster.
years, man, and it's probably
I
going
know.
to be single player.
online only,
Probably.
and it'll last all like 3 years before the
Or
service.
just get Marvel superheroes on PC.
Not this nonsense again. That looks like crap. I played
It's
it at
not
PAX
crap, and
You played at PAX like what, 2 years ago or 3 years
3
ago?
years ago.
It's changed so much since then, dude.
but a lot of games changed a lot that we don't play either. So
right, I'm not advocating for it, but I'm just saying, like, you're wishing something exists, and it does. So, at least try it. I'm not saying you're gonna love it. I'm just saying
It's the
why not
closest
try
thing to
that?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance that you can get right now.
You're never gonna get something like that again because it has the X-Men characters, it has the Fantastic Four characters. You're not gonna get that again.
Well, you can play on your phone that Clash of Heroes or whatever on your phone. There's that Marvel game. They saw it at Comic-Con.
Or you can get Marvel Puzzle Quest. I mean, there you go.
It's not the same, but
I might as well
there
just
is
break out some
option.
action figures and play with them too. That'll work.
There you go.
But other than that, I haven't really been playing anything else. That's it.
Okay. I'll kick us off for the one thing all three of us have been up to is in mobile side of things. Fire Emblem Heroes has come out. Nintendo's next game in the mobile platforms, and it's finally a game. It's stripped down. I mean, it's for Fire Emblem, it's a stripped down Fire Emblem. But for people who are just starting out, it's a game.
It's a hold your hand strategy RPG.
Yeah.
You could play with one hand.
Yes. So Jim here is going to be playing with one hand and giving himself a hand and not the
Handy?
finger. Ugh. Yeah. So
Oh, that's
sorry.
gonna be pretty hard, buddy.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm ambidextrous.
Oh,
Yeah. So we have Fire Emblem Heroes on the mobile. So it's a free-to-play platform if you don't know, listeners and viewers, which means it's like you can download it for free and you can play a lot of it, and then eventually you'll run out of stamina, as they call it in the game, and you have either have to have materials to restore your stamina, or you have to wait for it to restore, or can you purchase the restore on that or no? It's just orbs right now in purchasing.
it's just orbs.
Just
I
orbs.
think. Yeah.
Okay.
You can get I think you can get it through Nintendo My Points or whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
my Nintendo points.
Okay, so you can buy orbs in the game. The orbs are how you actually recruit your heroes. It takes 5 orbs for one hero, and it's random select of what you get. Could be a shit hero, could be a very good hero. I finally just this night has pulled my 5-star hero. I'll tell you what, guys. The stars, like Tony, when you were resetting yours quite a bit in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
You did the right thing. You did the right thing. I went into that game with the guys they gave us in the beginning, and they are fucking useless after 15. after they get to level 15, they're goddamn train wrecks. Like, they're just horrible.
You gotta get them to 20 and boost their stars, but you can't do that if you don't have feathers.
So, like, story mode, right? Story mode on normal. I basically came to a dead stop crawl at the last episode, like the last chapter of 6 of stage 6. I couldn't finish it. I kept getting destroyed no matter what team I threw together because I had these 1 and 2.
But why didn't you get you should have had a bunch of orbs by then.
I did. I didn't pull these heroes. I was pulling 3-star heroes. 3-star's not even good enough. So when I said I pulled a 5 and 2 4s, that's a fucking victory for me. So I finally built a team earlier today, while I'm waiting to get my finger cut. I'm building a team. I got Lucina. I messaged you guys on Slack, actually.
Yeah.
And I leveled them up to just 14. The recommended level, I think, on that is 18 on the final, or 17 or something like that. I went in there with a healer and Lucina, and I rolled that chapter finally, rolled through it, and now I'm rolling through chapter 7 because I have these heroes now. I have a team of 4-star and 1 5-star hero, and I'm able to roll through things now. Hard mode. Remember how you said you were doing hard mode, Corey? I couldn't do hard mode. I would get crit killed. It was unbelievable. And I'm pretty good at Fire Emblem. I've played Fire Emblem before. So I know the basic strategies of don't put this guy here because this archer is going to fuck you up. And I know, the only thing I do miss is, the shelter thing that they have in the Fire Emblem games. But, because I do set that up, Tony, quite a bit. I set up, the partnering thing, and it's not there.
Yeah.
But overall, they have, a little color system. So, red matches up against green.
We played Pokemon.
Yes.
Yes.
So you have the matchups.
Water beats fire, fire beats grass,
Which
grass
is a cool
beats
idea.
water.
That's a cool idea. And they have it always on the map so you understand what you're looking for. Then there's the colorless people who are kind of neutral against all of them. So yeah, I'm enjoying this game quite a bit, playing the shit out of it right now. I've probably played a few hours, multiple hours of it actually. I lose track of time with it, but I have multiple people. My lowest level right now is level 11 on my characters, and I have a pretty good team of characters. I don't know. What do you guys think, Corey? What are you thinking of it?
Yeah, I really enjoy it too. I like that. It's a Pokemon style. Gotta collect them all.
Yeah.
Like it just
So
makes you want to buy orbs. I mean, I mentioned in Slack, I was like, the urge is strong, and it's like, yeah, I'll support the game if it's
so there's my
a good
heroes.
game. Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I mean, I have
And
I have 2 new level 1s and one guy, but they're all getting merged.
yeah, so like you and I, Jim, we didn't know about this whole re-rolling thing. Like, oh, I'm just gonna start playing the game and whatever. I'm gonna get these 3-star characters because they're shit, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll play, and I think I pulled 1 4-star character, and I was like, oh yes, this is gonna be my main. Like, okay, this is awesome.
Yeah, my 1 4-star I pulled was Roy, and now as Tony knows, that guy's shit. 4-star Roy is just a bunch. He's a ploy. Roy is a ploy. He is like he's a scapegoat. Like he is not that good. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have Roy, so I don't know. But so I played for maybe 2 hours, and then Tony's talking about this reroll. And I was like, oh well, whatever. I've already put 2 hours in the game. I don't care about that. So meanwhile, I'm like, you know what? My son is playing with my phone now. I'm like, well, let me load it up on my iPad and see how I do there. And then I was like, you know what? Tony said something about re-rolling, so I'm not going to link my Nintendo account. I'm just going to go into it, and like it put me through the tutorial. So I just put auto whatever on. I don't care. And I got to the part where I get my 20 orbs. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to see what I get, and whatever. I pull 5-star Camilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I pull two 4-star Sakura, I think her name is.
Mm-hmm.
So I had 2 healers, and then I got a couple other decent people. That, I used to use the ones they give you and stuff. So I was like, well, that sucks. I'm never gonna use this account because it's not my main account. I have this other one, and that kind of blows. But then I realized, like, wait, what if I had an iPad and an iPhone? I wanted to play on both devices. What would how would it know? It's like, I guess I could just link my account. So I tried linking the account and said that you can't do it because it's already there. I'm like, well, if that means I can link it and it's already there, I'm just going to blow out my phone one. So I just deleted everything on my phone. The 2 hours I put in, I think I was on chapter 6 at that time.
Oh my god.
And so I just did that, and I linked it up, and I started over with a 5-star Camilla. And
Nice.
I actually have a 5-star Lucina as well.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nice.
I just pulled 5-star Lucina. She is so good.
And
So good.
I got this chick who obviously I've been clamoring for because she was like my random pick in the thing, and the artwork isn't bad to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see
So
the amount of time it takes to do a level because I just did one.
but yeah, like, so when I did that though, I'm like, because I already went through it so fast, I just been auto battling. Like, I don't even play the game. I just hit an auto battle, tap through, and go, because like Mel just was rocking people the whole time.
Wow.
And then I did that up until chapter 7, and then at that point I could do all of hard mode for those chapters as well. So I just went through that, and I've gotten a ton of orbs. So
you can
I've,
just auto battle, huh? How does that work?
You just hit the settings thing, hit auto battle, turn it on, and it just does it for you.
Oh.
So I've been doing that just to get my people up, and yeah. So it's been it's a lot of fun, and I do miss these strategy RPG style games because I was a big fan of those back in the day. Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics Ogre, and Shining Force on Dreamcast and Saturn. I should say not Dreamcast, Saturn. So I always was a fan of those games, but this is nice accessible. So it's been good, and yeah, you don't need to put any money into it so far, but things on the horizon don't look too good. That's all I can say.
Yeah, once they release, because the thing is, they don't even have my favorite character in the game yet, which is Ike. They don't even have like his game, which is Path of Radiance, or the sequel Radiant Dawn. I know when they release that, I'm just probably gonna dump some money into this game. Like
I said earlier, I feel like the orb pricing could be a little better.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just, Nintendo's still figuring it out. This is their technically second mobile game. So.
Yeah, I know.
That's good. The other thing, though, I would caution people is that right now they're in this promotional period, So a lot of the things you're doing are not going to be as expensive. Later on, it's going to be a lot more expensive to do. Like the stamina, like upgrading stuff, you're going to use stamina to do that.
Yeah.
Changing, like equipping weapons and stuff, use that. Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know why you would need to do that.
Well, we're getting 10,000 hero feathers.
Yeah.
And that means what?
When you get to level 20 with heroes. Tony, I had to ask you about that. Should we do that at level 20? You level up your...
No, it drops you back to 1.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but it does...
well,
but
so the thing is...
There used to be a trick, though. You don't do that right away.
Well, right. So the feathers is to upgrade the stars of a unit. So, like, if you're 3 stars, you can upgrade to a 4-star. If you're a 4-star, you can upgrade to a 5-star.
What if you're a 5-star?
Doesn't do anything.
Oh.
Well, it does unlock one ability.
It does?
Yeah, most of the characters have one ability, but like, well, the main characters, you know, ones you get movies for, have an ability that's locked behind 5 stars. So you may or may not want that, depending on what that character is. So.
But you're saying you can only unlock it with the feathers?
Well, no, like you have to be like she has
5
unlocks with 5 stars.
Oh, yeah. Right. But I'm saying, so like you might need that to get your 4-star characters to 5 stars. That's like if you're a 5-star already, right?
Lucina,
is
Lucina. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, that's what I thought. Like Lucina doesn't need it, but the other guys do. Okay. All right. So what are you thinking of it, Tony?
I'm liking it a lot actually. For you know, like you said, it's a watered down Fire Emblem, but it's still fun. You could play it in like a map in like a minute or 2, like not even. I think the graphics are cool. The chibiness is kind of cute and stuff like that. And, you know, you have the full character portraits and whatnot. And it's just cool seeing, like, you know, all the different characters.
Battle animations also, if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, no, I'm liking it a lot more than I initially thought I would. Again, I got to be treading water carefully. I think if the game lasts for more than a month, I'll put some money into it. But, like, typically these gacha style games, I'm just like, I play it for, like, a week and get bored. But I love Fire Emblem, so it's a little different. So
that's the thing. Like, it is have a, is it going to die off, or is it going to... What's funny is, like, I did that for Pokemon right away, saying, oh, it's going to die, and I haven't said that about this, because I'm enjoying it so much. So,
well, it's definitely more gamey than Pokemon Go is.
Well, it's a game where Pokemon Go was really not a game.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What else we been up to? Tony?
A lot of Final Fantasy 15. Finally beat it tonight.
I think we're going to do a bonus round for that. Maybe we can figure out when you guys are free, maybe tomorrow night or something, do one.
Okay.
I don't know, whenever, but figure it out soon. We'll do a bonus round without a doubt, because 3 of us finished it, so it's worth doing a bonus round on.
Yeah. I have to say, I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, and I'll save like full feelings for the spoiler cast, but game definitely dropped off in the second half, like kind of off a cliff.
Yeah. I couldn't. In fact, I couldn't say anything. I didn't want to spoil it for you. Look,
I know. I appreciate it.
This entire time knowing that I did not enjoy that entire second half, and I'm like, I can't say anything to you. I can't say. I'm like, do I say something? Because then it could ruin the experience of the first half for you.
No, I appreciate the way you did it.
Yeah, but
because
like the first.
And there are complaints on the internet. If you go on the internet, if you're a gamer, you've seen the complaints. People have issues with a specific chapter.
I had tempered expectations for this. Like it wasn't a Mass Effect 3 thing where like I got it day one and none of the reviews ever talked about it. Like that's the thing is because if I had not expected this, because I heard about Chapter 13 before I even bought the game, so I was like, all right, like this will be interesting. I will say if last year I had played this game and Zero Time Dilemma had not come out, this probably would have been in part my biggest disappointment, just because of how like you're going.
Because how good the beginning is.
Yeah, and it goes.
Well, that's the thing is like the first half of this game. This is just, and it was my, and like you were saying, Jim, like how could you say this is your biggest surprise when you haven't played it yet? Like finish it.
Yeah.
But it was like at the time I put 30 hours, and yeah, it was amazing. And what you're doing, really, like I didn't even know what I was doing in the main storyline. I was just having a lot of fun playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they force you into the story, it's like, what am I doing again, and why?
Yeah,
and
well, the problem with that, the problem
different than what I was doing before.
The problem is like and I don't want to get into this too much, like you said, but there's an aspect of the story that I liked, that I wanted to experience, and they got away from it and they went to this other aspect that was just like, why? You had something that was actually decent in there, and you went like off the rails, and that's all. That was my biggest gripe with it. But we're gonna have a bonus run on it without a doubt, because it's worthy of it. We all played enough hours of it, so
yeah. I mean, I'm still happy I played it. I still think it's a good game.
Yeah.
It could have been a great game, and in fact, like, if the second half like had just kept up the pace, like not even increased the level, like it just like
is this issue you guys have story
Mike,
or gameplay?
Mike, they Metal Geared us, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
He knows.
That's
he knows.
exactly what I said last night in Slack chat. I was like, literally, this is how Metal Gear Solid 5 happened. Because like the first half of the game, you're like, this is awesome. I'm having so much fun. And then the second half of the game happens. You're like, why are you making me do this? This isn't fun. This isn't fun. Literally,
what happened?
Exactly.
Like Konami, we knew there was turmoil. There was like fighting. There was a different team worked on that. We found this even out later now that he wasn't able to work on that game with his team, which makes sense. I don't know what happened to 10 years of development with this game. I don't know.
It's funny you mentioned that, because actually there's a now infamous 4chan post where somebody who worked in some capacity on the game basically just like did this massive like leak of just like info. They're like, yep, this is what happened and this is why this is happening and blah 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 blah. It's really interesting. I'll link it to you guys in Slack chat, because I was like, okay, I could see this now, because this guy had given details even before the game had come out. And the thing is, he said a lot of stuff that turned out to be true in the game. So it's like, oh, this guy wasn't just making up shit. Like,
he knew it. Yeah.
He knew stuff. So
okay. Right.
It's interesting. Right. But you know, I'm just gonna say, like, if the game had maintained its pace and everything like that, like, it would have been competition for Overwatch for Game of the Year, because like that's how much I was enjoying the first half.
Yeah,
of this
it
game.
Definitely was. Like, Corey, you were talking about that on the podcast, and you know, surprise of the year. And I mean, would you still make it your surprise?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's still surprising how it turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Surprising in a good way or a bad way now?
Well, I mean, it feels both sides.
Yeah,
I was literally like, I put 30 hours into the game before hitting chapter 4.
Yeah,
basically, and then
the game is fine all the way up to even chapter 10.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I had no problem with the game up until chapter 13. Actually,
I think chapter 10 has started to narrow. That's when it started to really cut into me.
It did, but like I did so much already. I was like fine with that, because like I kind of pushing you through this.
That was
I've done so much already, and
you gave it a grace period, and then when you get to chapter 13, you're like, this grace period is now over. You people, what the fuck?
Well, it just changes everything that you're doing and we're having fun with. It just throws all that out the window.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have chapters that are like 20 seconds. It feels like you don't even do anything in some chapters.
Yeah, there's one chapter that I think lasted me 20 minutes. I was like,
and then this chapter alone, like if you just do the chapters missions, like I maybe a 10-hour game, like, right?
Yeah.
And this chapter alone is like a good 30 to 40% of that.
It's 3.5 hours. It really is.
It was so annoying. It was just so
It's not even like you're doing anything different for those 3 hours. You're doing the same thing constantly.
Yeah, and like, it's kind of funny in retrospect, because initially when I was saving the regalia or retrieving it, I was like, oh, I didn't expect to play Metal Gear Solid, you know, in my Final Fantasy game. And then chapter 13, I'm like, wow, I shouldn't have said anything. I just shouldn't have said anything.
That was the funniest part to me when you made that statement. I'm like, oh god, wait, just wait. Like, I knowing what's coming, I'm just like, he's making the statement now. Jesus. So, anyways, anything else, Tony, you played, or?
That's pretty much it. Just I want to give final thoughts. I mean, I think Square Enix, as long as they use the positivity and the momentum gained from this, they can make Final Fantasy 16 a really great game.
Yeah, this had potential. Definite potential.
And the other thing is, though, is like, you know, like Corey, you mentioned this a lot, and it's a lot of the games I think that you play where they're still working on Final Fantasy 15. There's free DLC coming out. Apparently, they're changing 15 to some extent, the chapter 13 to some extent. And then there's paid DLC and other things that are coming, which I think is cool. But like it's at the same time kind of like
You've played it.
I feel like I'm kind of done with this game. Like
Yep.
I don't like I'm not gonna.
The problem with that is the way it ends. It puts a sour taste in your mouth. And you're like, do I really need to go back to this? Like,
Yeah,
not so
exactly.
You know what's funny though is I think I will, because I did enjoy the open world part of the game. That I hope that the changes they make the ending better for me. So I will do it. I will go back and do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not as bad as like, literally like the Mass Effect 3 ending where they're like, "Hey, go ahead and buy DLC to continue the adventures of Commander Shepard." I'm like,
Yeah. What?
My Shepard ain't
"That's some
around."
balls, buddy." Like, yeah.
yeah.
But, yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right, Corey.
Well, I was trying to like play Overwatch last night with Tony,
Ugh.
and I just put it out there like anybody want to play, and Tony's the only one that responded. And the friends list on your PlayStation wasn't working, so you couldn't do anything. So we got to go in some maintenance or something.
Thanks, Sony.
It's always maintenance.
But then I did spin up Final Fantasy and got in and did a little after the end game quest thing to get that started, which is pretty neat. It is pretty cool to see that part. So I would recommend doing that quest at least. But the main thing that I would like to talk about is I finally played Overcooked with my wife.
Nice.
And that game is amazing. It's awesome.
It's not online though. It's not online.
No.
Damn
No,
it.
which I didn't realize. I thought it was online because I was like, "Oh, Tony, let's play Overcooked." He's like, "I don't think we can."
Yeah, I was like,
So,
what?
but I was playing with my wife, and it's great. It's one of those games that it's just like super complicated, but super easy to get into because it's just basically 2 buttons, and you're moving your character around. You have to make food and then give the food. Like those Diner Dash type of games, but it's just a lot more cooperation going on, and you really need to work together as a team. And the way you have to do it really matters because every second counts. It's like a timer. It's like 2 separate type of timers. There's like the main timer, and then you have your orders that are being counting down. So like, oh shit, we got to do this. And then there's actually timers on the food that you're preparing because if you forget about it, it'll catch on fire and start burning down your kitchen. It's just a lot of fun, and like it's easy to learn, hard to master type of game, and one I recommend highly to people who are not really into games because it's something that they can pick up on and relate to very easily. Just because it's like preparing food. Everybody knows how to do that, I would think. So yeah, it's awesome. Next time we get together, we definitely need to do this because I could see the hilarity already because 4 players is got to be chaos.
Yeah. I'm psyched to play that, actually. I really want to try it. I might try it this week.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the funny thing is, it starts off, like, I didn't see anything, like, trailer-wise for it before, but I guess the trailer shows this as well, but it starts off at the end of the world, and you are trying to prevent the apocalypse
By cooking?
by feeding the Pastafarian. Is that his name? The spaghetti monster? Pastafarius?
Sure.
The
Wait,
flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah, it's like Pastafarius or something, right?
Something like that.
So he's the main villain in this game, and you're trying to feed him.
That's awesome.
And it's like, and they basically say your cooking skills are not good enough. We have to send you back in time to learn how to cook, and that's how the game goes.
Are you serious? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty hilarious.
I gotta try
it's
this.
by the guys that did Worms, so they know how to make like co-op or competitive games. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Definitely check it out. I was telling everybody at work about it today.
Cool.
Because it's a lot.
All right. Anything else?
That's it, really. I mean, obviously, my go-to Destiny.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I finished Batman, the Telltale game. Very good. Very good. Episode 4 and 5. I think last time I was on episode 3 when I talked to everybody. I enjoyed
I gotta
it.
finish that up. I sort of stopped in between while waiting, and then I never got back to it. So I'm glad it ends strong.
It does. It does end very strongly. Makes me really can't wait to play the next season if we ever get it. Because who knows?
Yeah.
All the shit Telltale
I don't
works on.
understand how Telltale has the time to do anything at this point.
I don't know.
It's
They
got
have
like 4 projects
fantastic
ongoing now at once.
Series that they're doing, but then they just leave it. Like,
Yeah. I mean, they're still doing
Among
The
Us.
Walking Dead because of the demand. But, like, The Wolf Among Us, this series, Borderlands, they all had great seasons, and I want to see a season 2 for each of these, and I don't even know if we're gonna get them.
Doubt it at this point.
Yeah. So
I mean, maybe
Batman has a chance because it's Batman, but
yeah,
but
I'm.
it depends
you
on how
would
it
think
ended.
Wolf Among Us would get something eventually, though, because
Especially the way that ended.
that
as
was
well.
well received. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. It
I
was
don't
a
know
great
how
story.
well it's sold, but
It was a great
it was
story.
well received. I think is that probably one of the highest rated of ones they had.
Yeah, I would think so.
I enjoyed that one so immensely. Like, it got me into that universe too. Like, I really wanted to read the comics and find out what was going on with that universe. But yeah, so I don't know. I hope they make a season 2. I do. It was good. It was good. Ran like shit. I mean, I wish they'd spend more time on the way their games run. But, you know.
It's a new engine this time too.
Yeah. Random
Ain't
sound-
nobody got time for that.
Yeah, random
It's so
sound
funny,
effect
Jim.
drops.
You started being a robot on my end, but right when you were talking about how bad the game runs, I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, so I also played Doom, more of Doom, only on the just finished campaign 2, this episode, second chapter or whatever. it
Oh
is.
shit, I forgot I played Dying Light also. But
Oh, you played Dying Light.
Oh,
Cool. Nice. How was that?
it's good. It's so far so good. There's still a lot of parkouring around and things like that, but I think I got to like the 3rd story mission or whatever. So it's not that far in. So
Yeah, I'm not that far in Doom yet, so. And I think that's it. So that, and I'm playing a lot of Fire Emblem, which I played a chapter or 2 when we were talking just now. I got 3 orbs. I'm out of stamina.
Tony's doing it right now.
Well,
I can
yeah,
tell.
yeah.
I'm out of stamina right now. I have to wait.
You know what I don't like though is they have those like they gave you a ton of those stamina like restore
But how do you get them
bottles.
back?
Well, no. Well, I'm just saying like when I ran out of stamina, I would always hit it and like to restore my stamina. I'm like, oh fuck! Like it made it so easy to hit it by
Yeah.
accident. So like
What-
I used like 5 of them. And,
Yeah. My other question to you is,
I think they gave you 10 or something.
when you go to unlock potential, have you seen how much it costs to upgrade your unit?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot.
It's 2,000
20
feathers to go.
20,000 feathers. And what are these 20 shields?
Those are the badges
crystals.
you get for doing the training.
Oh, okay. You gotta do the training. Okay.
But how far did you get in the versus mode?
The versus
I got-
mode? The arena duels?
Yeah, arena, whatever. Yeah, I got 1,500 feathers for that.
Oh,
Oh, it's a lot, dude. I
got
forgot
the-
to do it a couple days.
oh, you know
so-
what? I did get a
Yeah,
lot in
gotta
there.
get that streak. That's why.
I
Do
got the
intermediate
streak.
or
No, I got the
hard?
streak. I just what do I have here? I have oh no, I didn't. I only have 63. But all right, I have to go back in the arena.
No, it's season resets. It's only a week, and it reset
Oh.
yesterday.
Okay, cool. All right.
So that's when they give you the feathers. So you get a
Oh.
week to do it, and then they give it to you.
So I should have it in my mailbox or something?
Yeah, if you did them last week.
I thought I did.
Oh,
Anyways, all right. All right, well, I think it's going to wrap up this episode. Oh, I did get it.
What?
No, I did get it.
Very climactic ending to
Yeah.
this episode.
I got it, Corey. You have to go back in the arena to get it.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, that's going to wrap up episode 330. Tune in next week to our movie cast. Tune in to our bonus run coming up for Final Fantasy. I don't think we're doing that tonight, but maybe we can figure out a time tomorrow or maybe next week early, before the podcast or after. So, tune in then. Tune in the next episode of Gamescast, and thanks for listening and viewing. Write us podcast at allgeek.net. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. All that pizzazz. Thanks.